Have you ever felt like people left you, expecting you to fall apart on your own? When others decided to walk away, thinking their absence would strip you of your strength, they weren't prepared for what would happen next. In their eyes, your isolation was supposed to break you, leaving you vulnerable and lost. Yet, rather than crumbling, you found an unexpected power in solitude, a strength that no one saw coming, especially not those who doubted you. Instead of fading into weakness, you embraced this quiet season, turning it into an opportunity to grow stronger and stand even taller. They thought you'd fail, but now you're proving that solitude was exactly what you needed to thrive. Sometimes the hardest moments in life reveal God's greatest work. When those around you chose to walk away, it may have felt like a random act of rejection or even cruelty. But what if it was part of a greater design? This wasn't a coincidence. God orchestrated this period of solitude as a stage for your growth. Every quiet moment, every day of solitude, carried His intention, carefully guiding you to find strength within yourself. In this season, being alone created the space for God to speak directly to you, uninterrupted by the noise of others' voices or opinions. Without their constant presence, you could hear Him more clearly. His voice, once a whisper amidst the distractions, became a steady guide. This was a time for divine alignment, to understand His purpose for you and to receive guidance you might not have noticed before. Spiritual resilience began to grow within you, the kind of unshakable strength that can only come from trusting in something greater than yourself. Those who left may have thought they were removing your support, but God remained. He was teaching you what it meant to depend on something eternal, something that no one could take away. Faith transformed into your foundation, a strength untouched by the opinions or actions of others. This journey was never about fear, it was about faith. Fear tells you to hold on to others, to seek strength outside yourself. But God showed you that true strength doesn't come from clinging to people. It comes from trusting in Him. By relying on Him alone, you grew stronger than you ever imagined. Courage became your companion, and you learned to walk boldly, knowing that you were not truly alone. This solitude taught you to trust in God's guidance over human promises. People may make vows and then disappear, but God's presence remained constant. Through every challenge, you realized that your strength wasn't from the people who left, but from the God who stayed. With each step, you walked with a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that His plan for you was unbreakable. In solitude, your heart softened and your spirit strengthened. God used this time to transform your pain into a tool for growth. The absence of others forced you to look inward, to seek His wisdom, and to find a peace that was rooted not in circumstances, but in His love. You found comfort in the quiet, and that quiet turned into power, a power only God could give. This season also reshaped your courage. Instead of fearing loneliness, you learned to embrace it as part of His design. Each day brought a new layer of confidence, a deeper faith that no one could shake. Walking alone didn't weaken you. It taught you that you were strong enough to withstand any storm. The courage to move forward, even when others left, became a testament to your trust in God's plan. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this journey was realizing that God had prepared you for this all along. What you once thought was a season of isolation was actually a sacred time for growth, a divine lesson in resilience, independence, and trust. In your solitude, you became the person God always intended, strong, faithful, and unbreakable. Solitude is often feared, seen as a void where weakness thrives, but you discovered it to be the exact opposite. This time alone wasn't empty. It was rich with potential. In this space, you uncovered resilience that had been lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Being alone allowed you to see parts of yourself you'd overlooked while surrounded by others. Every quiet moment revealed new depths, hidden strengths, and qualities you'd never known were there. Without anyone else to lean on, you learned to stand on your own, and that shift transformed everything. It was a season of becoming self-reliant, not because you had to, but because it was finally possible. You found that the power to handle life's challenges was within you all along. This realization sparked a profound sense of independence, a steady flame that no one else could extinguish. As days turned into weeks, you realized that solitude wasn't a punishment, it was a gift. It allowed you to strip away the expectations, the weight of others' opinions, and find clarity in what truly mattered to you. Your purpose, values, and inner truths rose to the surface, unhindered by outside influences. This was a time to listen to your own voice, to trust in your own judgment, and to make decisions based on what felt true to you. This journey of solitude wasn't without its challenges. There were moments of doubt, times when the loneliness seemed overwhelming. But those dark times taught you something even greater, that you were capable of holding yourself together. It wasn't easy, but each time you chose to keep going, you strengthened a new part of yourself. Each day, you faced your own fears head-on, and each time you overcame them, you were reminded of the power that lay within you. Being alone also taught you resilience, a quality that no one else could have handed to you. This resilience was built through experience, through facing challenges on your own and finding solutions without leaning on anyone else. You learned to trust yourself, to rely on your own strength, and to believe that you could overcome whatever came your way. This wasn't just resilience, it was a form of unshakable confidence. In this quiet season, you also discovered that your worth was never defined by others' approval. You found a new kind of self-assurance, rooted in knowing that you are enough just as you are. This wasn't the kind of confidence that came from others' praise. It was a deep, internal certainty that grew stronger every day. This newfound clarity became your foundation, and now you stand firmly on it, unafraid to walk your own path. Without the noise of others' opinions, you had the freedom to grow into who you were truly meant to be. You stopped seeking validation outside yourself, realizing that the most important approval was your own. Solitude became a place of freedom, a sanctuary where you could embrace your true self. The time alone allowed you to nurture this part of yourself without interference, giving you space to grow strong and grounded. With each passing day, your solitude turned into empowerment. You began to realize that you didn't need anyone else to feel complete or valuable. There was a beauty in this independence, a peaceful satisfaction in knowing you could stand alone without needing validation. Solitude transformed you, not into someone hardened by loneliness, but into someone softened and strengthened by the journey of self-discovery. Ultimately, the power of solitude lay in what it revealed about you. You found that you are resilient, capable, and complete on your own. You don't need anyone else to tell you who you are. You already know. This time alone allowed you to build a solid foundation, one that no one can shake. In embracing solitude, you discovered the strength within yourself, a strength that will guide you forward, regardless of who stays or who leaves. For those who've discovered the gift of solitude and want to deepen that strength, Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom, is your next step. Join a space that celebrates the self-reliance you've cultivated, a community of kindred spirits who walk their path with clarity and purpose. Here, your foundation is honored, your resilience strengthened, and your journey supported by those who understand the true power of standing alone. When others left, they carried assumptions about what you would become without them. They saw you as someone whose strength depended on their support, someone who would struggle alone. In their minds, their departure would be your downfall. They imagined you drifting, perhaps crumbling, without the reassurance of their presence. But they were wrong. Their expectations didn't align with the strength within you that they couldn't see. Their assumptions weren't based on who you truly were. They were projections of their own limits. This misjudgment speaks more to their limited vision than to any reality about you. As you stood firm in solitude, their expectations of weakness slowly gave way to a new truth. Walking alone allowed you to experience a profound journey of self-discovery. In solitude, you found the space to see yourself for who you truly are, independent of others' opinions or expectations. Without the influence of others, you could finally understand your worth, an intrinsic value that was there all along. This journey was a revelation, a chance to embrace your identity without compromise. As you continued walking alone, you started building boundaries that honored this newfound sense of self. You realized that protecting your peace and valuing your independence wasn't just empowering, it was necessary. These boundaries weren't walls, they were markers of self-respect. You learned to let people in without compromising who you are, showing others that you were capable of thriving independently. There was a quiet power in turning away from external negativity. The solitude gave you the chance to silence the noise, to stop listening to the voices that doubted you. Instead of letting others' opinions define you, you used the quiet to find peace within yourself. This silence became your sanctuary, a place where you could build the strength to face any challenge without fear. Solitude gave you clarity. You saw the world differently, no longer seeking validation from others, but finding it within. Your perspective shifted, allowing you to focus on what truly mattered to you. This was a time to realign with your values and goals, to pursue the things that set your soul on fire without holding back. In these quiet moments, you discovered the beauty of your own company. Walking alone was never about being isolated. It was about realizing your completeness. You learned that you are whole, that you don't need anyone else to feel fulfilled. This sense of wholeness became the foundation of your confidence, allowing you to move forward with a strength that doesn't rely on anyone else. You became your own greatest ally, supporting yourself in ways no one else could. In this journey, you found peace that only comes when you're comfortable in your own skin. The solitude became a source of calm, a refuge from the chaos of the world. You no longer needed others to validate your worth. You knew it deeply. This peace allowed you to approach life with confidence, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Every day you grew more certain of who you were becoming. Walking alone didn't weaken you. It empowered you to understand yourself on a level you might never have reached otherwise. Each step was a reminder of your strength, a testament to your resilience, and an affirmation that you are capable of facing anything that comes your way. Now, walking alone has become a symbol of your independence. It's a choice, not a result of circumstance. You walk with your head held high, unafraid to stand alone because you know your own value. This journey has taught you that solitude isn't something to fear. It's a powerful tool that reveals your true self. In the end, solitude gave you back to yourself. It allowed you to see your worth, build boundaries, and find peace in the quiet. Walking alone became your greatest empowerment, a reminder that you don't need anyone else to be complete. You stand stronger now, knowing that the path you walk is yours alone. And that's more than enough. As you emerged stronger, those who left you couldn't help but notice. They started seeing the undeniable transformation, the resilience that filled the space where they once assumed there was weakness. There has been a distinct shift in dynamics, a growing realization that they had misjudged you. They underestimated your ability to stand on your own and thrive. They may have expected you to falter, but instead, you've shown them a power they never anticipated. Each milestone you achieve on your own is a silent testament to your strength. Those who doubted your ability to succeed without them now see that their absence didn't hold you back. It set you free. You're flourishing, showing the world that you are more than capable of creating a fulfilling life by yourself. For some, there's a subtle but undeniable sense of regret creeping in. They underestimated you, and now they're faced with the undeniable reality of your resilience and independence. There's also a quiet sense of admiration that's beginning to take root. They see you standing tall, unbothered, and even empowered. You've become someone they might not recognize, someone who has taken solitude and turned it into strength. This newfound power, which they once doubted, is now undeniable. You're no longer defined by their expectations, but by the unwavering confidence you've built within yourself. As they watch from a distance, they might even feel left behind. They realize now that while they chose to step away, you chose to step up. You've moved forward, evolving into a version of yourself that they may not have expected. The transformation they witness isn't just surprising. It serves as a reminder that your growth has left them standing still. They thought they could remove themselves and leave you stagnant, but instead, you've soared. Their perception of you has shifted completely. Where they once saw vulnerability, they now see strength. Where they expected you to rely on them, they now see you standing strong, needing no one to affirm your worth. They're coming to terms with the reality that you've outgrown the assumptions they once held about you. You've become someone unshakable, grounded in self-respect and independence. For some, this realization might even sting. They might regret not standing by your side, wondering if they could have been part of your journey had they believed in your strength. Now they're left as spectators, witnessing the transformation from afar, realizing they misjudged the depth of your resilience. This regret, if it exists, is a reflection of their own limitations, not yours. Watching you thrive without them serves as a powerful reminder that solitude was never your weakness. Instead, it was the very reason you grew stronger. In every step you take forward, they see the undeniable truth that you didn't just survive their departure, you thrived because of it. Your life has become a testament to the strength that comes from within, not from the validation of others. Perhaps some of them even feel inspired by your journey. They see that you've defied the odds they set against you, that you've turned loneliness into empowerment. Your life is now a symbol of resilience, a reminder that solitude can be the soil in which strength grows. They may admire you, perhaps even envy the courage you've shown, knowing they lack the foresight to see your potential. In the end, whatever they feel, regret, admiration, or inspiration, is secondary to the truth you've uncovered. You've become living proof that solitude can lead to unimaginable growth. By walking alone, you've discovered a power no one can take away from you. Now they are left to witness the person you've become, realizing that the one they left behind has become stronger than they ever imagined. With every step you now take, there's a new confidence, a steady, grounded assurance that solitude didn't weaken you. It empowered you. This journey of walking alone has reshaped you, revealing layers of resilience you didn't even know you had. You're no longer defined by the people who left or the pain they caused. Instead, you're defined by the strength you gained in their absence. Moving forward, you walk in a strength that's entirely yours, rooted in the lessons you've learned and the courage you've cultivated. Embracing your path was a choice, a decision to keep moving forward despite the odds. This wasn't just about surviving the loneliness, it was about thriving in it. Each step forward is a testament to your growth, a reminder that you've emerged from this journey stronger than ever. You now walk with a purpose, a clarity that no one can take away. Your journey is yours alone, and that knowledge fills you with a power that can't be shaken. As you continue forward, you've come to see the beauty in independence. This isn't isolation, it's freedom. You've learned that your worth doesn't depend on anyone else's presence or approval. There's a profound satisfaction in knowing you don't need anyone to complete you. You've discovered that the only validation you need is your own, and that realization has set you free. Standing alone, you are complete, whole, and unbreakable. This newfound independence has allowed you to redefine success on your own terms. You're no longer looking to others for direction. Instead, you're setting your own path. This journey has taught you that you are fully capable of achieving your goals, of creating a life filled with meaning and fulfillment, without relying on anyone else. Moving forward, you're carving a path that is uniquely yours, shaped by your values and driven by your dreams. The power you now carry isn't just a result of the strength you gained, it's a reflection of the peace you found. This quiet confidence radiates from within, a peace that comes from truly knowing yourself. You're no longer swayed by others' opinions or expectations. This inner peace has become a shield, protecting you from negativity and grounding you in a sense of self that no one else can define. Moving forward, this peace will guide you, reminding you of your true worth. Solitude taught you to appreciate your own company, to enjoy the quiet moments as much as the busy ones. You've realized that the greatest relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. This isn't about isolation. It's about cherishing the moments of solitude, understanding that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Moving forward, you carry this sense of contentment, knowing that you are enough on your own. Every challenge you overcame has now become a source of strength, a reminder that you can face anything that comes your way. You're no longer afraid of setbacks or failures because you know you have the resilience to overcome them. The journey has taught you that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and every moment of struggle is a chance to become even stronger. This newfound strength propels you forward, ready to face whatever life brings with unwavering courage. As you step into the future, you do so with a sense of pride in who you've become. This isn't arrogance, it's an acknowledgement of the hard work, the inner battles, and the resilience it took to reach this point. You are no longer defined by others' perceptions or expectations. Instead, you define yourself, knowing that you have the strength to walk alone and still thrive. This pride is a quiet, steady force that will carry you through whatever lies ahead. Moving forward stronger than ever, you have become an inspiration to those around you. Your journey shows others that solitude isn't a setback, but a powerful opportunity for growth. You are proof that walking alone can lead to strength, clarity, and independence. For those watching, your journey is a reminder that resilience comes from within, and that strength is found not in numbers, but in the courage to walk your own path. Ultimately, this journey has led you to an unshakable truth. You don't need anyone else to complete you or define your worth. You've come to understand that true strength lies in embracing yourself fully, in standing tall without fear, and in moving forward with a confidence that is entirely your own. Walking alone has shown you that you are more than enough. Now, as you step into the future, you carry this strength within you, ready to take on whatever comes next, stronger than you've ever been. To those who have felt the pain of being left behind, know this: walking alone was never a defeat. It was a transformation, a path God set for you to grow into the person you were meant to become. This journey wasn't about loneliness, it was about empowerment, about finding strength within yourself that no one can take away. Embrace solitude, value self-reliance, and trust that God's guidance will lead you to places of power and peace. If this message resonates with you, stand proudly in your journey, knowing that this strength was always yours to claim.